Welcome. My name is Shawn Jones, and I'm the CEO of the iNetrapreneur Network. And with me today, I am really excited because I have one of our community members, uh, Jonathan, who is also one of our author contributors in the upcoming Art of Connection book that's coming out on February 17th, 2021. Jonathan, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Shawn, for having me here.
I'm looking forward to it. This is the first time that you and I have been able to be on an interview together. And I
Yes.
know what you're doing to change the world, but share with everyone a little bit about who you are, what you're doing, and what you're doing to make an impact in the world.
Fantastic. Well, my name's Jonathan Bengel. That's spelled Bengel. Means mischievous child in German, by the way. I just found this out. But I am known as a business profit tax coach extraordinaire. I'm an author, a speaker, and I'm an entrepreneur. And what I do is I guide small business women owners through the darkness of taxation and shine the light to financial happiness. And I do that through empowerment, through education, and through inspiring them to believe in the power of who they were born to be, which is that badass CEO. So, in terms of me changing the world, well, I do that through writing a book. I wrote a book called The ABCs of Deductions, An Entrepreneur's Guide to Tax Write-Offs. It's the number one best Amazon seller, both nationally and international. It also made me an author nationally and international as well. I also have a show called Naked Tax Talk, where we bear down to the naked truth about our personal lives, our business lives, and of course, our monetary lives. And I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I have three different types of businesses. I have my very first one. I like to refer to it as my 18-year-old son, called JB Financial. He is my tax planning and tax prep firm. I have a newborn baby called Jonathan Bengel. This is my coaching and advisory services. And then I have my unplanned pregnancy a year and a half ago that I gave birth to another company called Naked Tax Talk LLC.
That's incredible. I will say I am not a numbers person. I have to have incredible CPAs and accountants such as yourself, tax professionals to guide me in the right direction, because that's really not one of my fortes. And to me, all the tax jumbo, it's like foreign. And so my hat goes off to what you do every single day. And I love your show. And I know you got my husband down into his night robe on your show. So that was
Yes, that was a lot of
exciting.
fun. A very good show, actually. It was probably one of my favorite ones for sure.
Oh, I'll have to share that with him.
Hmm.
So you're already published and you're very well known. But when you heard about the book Art of Connection, what said, Jonathan, you need to be in this book? What was your inspiration?
So the art of connection really speaks on multiple volumes, and that is it speaks to the realization that we are not in this alone, right? And I need other people to be part of my community, just like they need me to be part of their community, and it's together. Right? That's what you guys stand for as well, right? The I Network Entrepreneur, right? It's the network. It's together we go further than if we do it alone.
Mhm. And the quote that you wrote, I read it and I read it and I read it again. And I really like it because it talks about accepting yourself. And you have to be able to accept yourself before others can accept you. So I'm going to share with you share with everyone what you wrote. And you wrote, when you accept yourself in all its glory and not so glorious moments, no words or actions can stop you. And I like that because there was a time where I can relate. I didn't accept myself in its entirety. So when you were writing your quote, what was the meaning? What was going through your mind?
Well, interestingly enough, I got to that quote through developing my own story, right? So I've actually contributed to another book published by another person and of course brought us entrepreneurs together. And the idea here was to tap into the essence of who we are. And so I actually wrote an essay, I guess you could say, called To Be or Not to Be. That's William Shakespeare's quote. And I basically talk about, in that essay passage, I talk about what does it mean to be or not to be. And for me, it's my story of realizing that I was gay at the age of 12 years old. And at that same moment, realizing that I would be shunned, that I would be belittled, that I would be judged, and that I would not be accepted even by my own mother. And so in that same moment of going, "Oh, that's me," and then, "Oh, that's me," would force me into a place that we call the closet. This is a place that we go to where we don't want to be seen and heard. And what I would discover is at the age of 14, when I was forced to burn down the closet, so to speak, and come out as a very flamboyant gay boy, was realizing that I was going to face a lot of ridicule, a lot of punishment, which I did. And every day of my high school years, I got spit on, I was beat up on, I was called, all kinds of names, faggot, queer, homo, etc. And it wasn't until I was 16, 17 years of age, I was asked to represent my high school at an all males. It was called Arizona Boys State. So they bring all the boys and they're supposed to teach you how to run for politics. And I get to this event, and in front of me is, and by the way, before I go, I decide I'm going to go back into the closet because there's all this testosterone, right? All this manly
Yeah.
things. And so I went into the closet again. And when I get to the university, NAU, there is this newspaper that's written by my peers. And one of the first opinion letters is homosexuality is wrong and that they should not be allowed to run for office. And so, like a dagger to the heart, I basically took it out and I wrote an opinion of my own, basically counter arguing what that person had written. So for a week, it's anti-gay, and I'm writing the pro-gay the pro-gay opposition letter to the letters, right? So it's Friday and it's open mic session. So now imagine an auditorium that's dark and the only light is on the stage. There are 600 boys in this auditorium. I'm sitting in the very back of this auditorium just because of where I was sitting. And one after the other, different boys said different things, etc. And finally, some were going up there and they were reiterating that gayness was basically a sin, that we were going to hell, that it was wrong, all this crap that we've been fed. And for some reason, I was propelled, and to this day, I say I was propelled by universe to stand up. And as I walked down this long corridor and I saw the student rows passing past me, I had no idea what I was going to say. So I climb up the stairs, stand in front of 1,200 eyeballs with one bright light shining on me, and I grabbed the microphone by its base and I stood there and I just simply said the following words: "Hi, I'm Jonathan Bengel, and I am that faggot. I am that queer. I am that homo, and I will not remain silent anymore." And as soon as I said that, the crowd went nuts. Like it was like a balloon popping in the room. It was like, there was this gasp, just started from the front and in the back. And I just put the microphone down, a true mic drop, right? Just put the microphone down. And as I descended down the staircase, I heard the cat calls. I heard the woohoo. Yeah, you got balls, man. You're amazing. You're awesome. Right. And I was anticipating something else, right? I was anticipating a complete mob. And that's not what happened. And so it was in that moment that I realized that if I accept myself for who I am and all of its glory and not so glorious moments, there is nothing, no words or actions that can take away my power, that can stop me from fulfilling my life's purpose. And so to this day, I live a very out proud gay life. I've been fired twice for being openly gay. And as a result, I find myself here sitting with you, sharing my knowledge and empowering other people to truly step into their acceptance, which, believe it or not, leads to greater profits, greater money, and ultimately lower taxes.
Well, my hat goes off to you. That also shows strength and courage. So my $1 million question, the book was written by entrepreneurs such as yourself for entrepreneurs. What is your biggest piece of advice that you can give other entrepreneurs right now?
Can you please repeat that question one more time for me?
What is the biggest piece of advice that you can give entrepreneurs right now?
The biggest piece of advice I can give my fellow entrepreneurs right now is to believe that you are worth it, to believe that you are valuable, and to believe that you are one powerful, badass CEO of your company, regardless of its size, whether it's just you by your lonesome self working in the closet in your bedroom, or if you are a corporation as big as the big ones like Amazon and Walmart and the like. And the reason why I say that is because when it comes to your business and when it comes to taxes, this is the one area that is the great equalizer amongst us all, tax law.
I love it. Jonathan, if someone wants to reach out and talk to you more about your Naked Tax Talk show, or find out how you can help them in their own business, giving them advice and guiding them through, how can someone reach out to you?
It's pretty simple. The first one is my website. It's just simply Jonathan, Jonathan, Bengel, B as in boy, Engel.com. And there they can find all about my programs I offer called Rapid Tax Savings Formula, which is a 5-week program where we lead people through my 5 pillars of profits, which is the profit mindset, the entity choice, separation of self, advanced deductions, and documentation. They can also check out my book, The ABCs of Deductions, An Entrepreneur's Guide to Tax Write-Off. Simply go to Amazon.com, type it in. You can also find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Naked Tax Talk. Quite honestly, you can just Google Naked Tax Talk and you will see it. You can also just Google my name, Jonathan Bengel, and you'll find a whole bunch of fun stuff.
Well, Jonathan, it was an absolute pleasure being here, interviewing with you, learning more about who you are at that real deep personal level. And I thank you so much for being a part of our book, Art of Connection.
Thank you so much for having me.
So for those of you that want to get your copy of the upcoming Art of Connection book coming out on February 17th, 2021, go to our website at 365networkingquotes.com. That's 365networkingquotes.com. We're already working on our second edition that will be released at the end of this year. If you also want to be an author contributor in the next book, just go onto the website, click on the calendar, and reserve your date.